Hey everybody, it's Mike Frieder here with On-Call Compliance Solutions, and I'm back with another compliance tip of the week. Today we're talking about DFARS, NIST SP 800-171, and CMMC. Convincing the boss why CMMC Level 2 preparation is worth paying for, and how it can make you the compliance hero. So hey, if you're a defense contractor who's feeling overwhelmed, tired, and alone, trying to understand all this DFARS, NIST SP 800-171, and CMMC compliance stuff, I've got great news for you. You found your home here at On-Call Compliance Solutions, where we can help you transform into your company's on-call compliance hero. Let's jump into it. So, number one, Boss Logic 101, right? Let's dive into why your boss may ultimately say, no, we don't want to pay to get you help getting ready for CMMC or DFARS, NIST SP 800-171, etc. So, look, we've all been there. You walk into the boss's office like a hero about to pitch CMMC preparation. Maybe you've talked to On-Call, maybe another company, and before you can finish your first sentence, they hit you with, what's this going to cost me, right? Like they don't even actually ask, what's the value? What are these guys going to do? Why do you need the help? It is one question, what's it going to cost me? Cue the sad trombone, womp womp, okay? Listen, bosses hate risk. They hate spending money because at the end of the day, that's just money that doesn't go towards the bottom line and make them look good. Or if they're an owner, well, it's not going to their pocket. So they hate the risk of spending the money. They don't understand unless they happen to sit through the pitch as well. And, you know, at the end of the day, bosses just absolutely hate the idea of spending money to fix a problem that they think they should be paying you to fix. But they hate spending money even more on things they don't understand. So the trick is to help them understand that not spending money right now is actually the riskiest and most expensive choice they can make. So that is definitely one way that we help a lot of our folks to get past this barrier of what's it going to cost? Hey, I know it's going to cost money and my boss hates to spend money and things like that. Or even my owner hates to spend money. Now, number two, the roof is leaking analogy, okay? Let's paint a picture. Imagine your company is a house. CMMC Level 2 is the roof that keeps out government auditors, the compliance equivalent of a Category 5 hurricane, right? If you know the roof is leaking, do you A, patch it now with a small investment in professional preparation, right? Basically, do you pay somebody to come in and look at your roof and see, is it gonna make it through the hurricane? Or B, wait until the full storm rips through, floods your entire house, and suddenly you're paying triple for emergency repairs or worse, losing the business entirely, failing the CMMC certification audit. What a nightmare, okay? Spoiler, option B definitely costs a whole lot more. Option A, it may have just been you needed some hurricane straps, right? But again, you don't know until you've got someone who's been through this before helping you to get through it. And that's exactly what we do at On-Call. And again, whether it's On-Call or another company, it doesn't matter to me. Look, ultimately, you've got to get someone who's a third party in to look at this because they're going to have a different perspective and they're going to know what to look for. Now, what if the boss is just saying, look, we got smart people, okay? In this case, now look, I'm all about smart people being hired, etc. But I think in this case, there's a 99.9% chance you were not hired specifically to understand DFARS, NIST, SP 800-171, and CMMC at a level 2 level, right, for certification. And if you were, that's awesome, right? There's probably a reason why you've watched a lot of my videos, and I hope you like looking at my face because here I am, right? I'm here to help. But ultimately, this is one of those situations why DIY or do-it-yourself is actually kind of dangerous. And I know what you're thinking, Mike, don't you have a DIY course over at OnCallAcademy.com? You're absolutely right. And I'm going to tell you that probably almost 100% of people that go purchase that course at OnCallAcademy.com basically use that course to learn enough to figure out that they need professional help and that this isn't really a DIY job. But again, so many people asked us over the years, can you make a DIY product? That we just said, you know what, look, there's market demand and we want to help people. Some companies say they just can't afford anything. So we said, look, we'll make a product. You can find it on OnCallAcademy.com. We make CMMC Level 1 and 2 prep classes, DIY classes. But I got to tell you, if you're really going in for CMMC Level 2 and you're going in for an audit, I think it's dangerous. Our preparation, I think, is one of the best ones out there. It speaks straight to the point and it addresses the actual concern, which is how you can get compliant. But again, there's still no guarantees there. So DIY is dangerous. Another classic line from the boss, why can't we just handle this internally? We've got smart IT and project folks. I don't know, go buy a course from On-Call, right? It's a couple $100. Look, they're right. You do have smart people. But let me ask you this. Would you ask your sales team to rewire the office because they once watched a YouTube video about circuits? Or maybe just because they're great, smart salespeople. Well, of course not. If DFARS NIST SP 800-171, if understanding that law and that compliance standard, and if understanding CMMC is like your primary job, you're going to be the expert. You probably don't need someone like us. But if it's not, because let's be honest, we're all probably overwhelmed taking IT service tickets and, engineering projects and trying to win deals, well, that's when you bring in an expert. I wouldn't rewire my house. I would call an electrician. You wouldn't try to figure out compliance yourself. You'd hire on-call, right, as your compliance expert to make you the compliance hero. Look, professional CMMC prep is like having an electrician come in to make sure the wiring is right before the house burns down and that everything's to code. You need people who live and breathe DFARS, NIST, SP 800-171, and CMMC. And, well, that's on-call. That's on-call compliance solutions and our parent company on-call computer solutions on the IT side of things. All right. Number 4, the secret weapon, on-call compliance solutions. Hey, that's us. Well, we're not just here to help you check some compliance boxes, okay? We're not a platform that you just sort of get and then you can fill in the templates. We're literally here to make you the hero of your own story and look awesome to your boss. Or if you're the boss, look awesome to the auditors. Here's what really sets us apart. We do the heavy lifting, all right? You've got a day job, we get it. We handle everything from your system security plan to your plan of action and milestones, all of the documentation, policies, you name it, even down to the risk assessment that you're required for compliance to do. We do it all for you, right? Really, we walk you through the process. We do all of that stuff for you, but we also do it with you, right? So that you're a part of all of the activities that are going on, and we make compliance simple. Now, I was at dinner the other night. True story. I'm going to ad-lib a little bit here. I was at dinner the other night, and I was sitting with a couple who is starting a new business. And part of that business involves selling advertising on the internet. And what they were telling me was that they had hired this consulting company to talk with them about how they could make money on the internet selling ads. And this company said, well, we want a portion of the ad revenue, pretty normal. And then they started going to all these technical terms about, Google AdSense and very confusing stuff to these folks who don't natively know about internet marketing. And they kind of just kept talking in these highly technical terms. And about halfway through the conversation, I said, hey, listen, I'm no expert here, but I built a few businesses. And you know what? I got to tell you, I think you should fire these people or ask them at the very least, what on earth does all this stuff mean? I mean, like, stop them every third word if what they're saying doesn't make any sense. People who are really good at their job, all right, and I've hired millions of dollars worth of consultants, millions. People who are really good consultants and people who are really good at their job, they break things down into like a third grade level of understanding. Because if you're paying someone to help you with a problem, shouldn't you understand what they're talking about? And I think that is like maybe one of the biggest things that we've built into our process here at OnCall is at every step of the way, not only do we do with you, do for you, but we educate you. And I think it's more important. I mean, literally, I think it's more important for you to understand this by the time we leave, which we never, again, we can leave, we can not leave. We've got ongoing services, et cetera, right? We can always walk by your side, or you can hire us one time. We work with you to stand up a compliance program and boom, you're ready to go. All right, lots of ways to work with us. We've tried to make that scalable too for all organizations of all sizes. But man, if you don't understand what we're saying, we're going to make sure you understand it by the time we leave. And I don't think you should expect anything less. So if you're hiring someone else and they're talking all this crazy compliance language and they're not taking the time to explain it, like they don't have ready to go PowerPoints on like really how to make it so you could do this yourself when they walk out the door, yuck, not a good consultant. So it's huge. All right, forget drowning in technical jargon. We're going to break it down so you know what you're doing and why it matters. And again, whether you hire us or whether you hire somebody else, to me, that's like a bare minimum. That's like, hey, this is Mike Frieder here, right? Owner of OnCall, breaking down to me what are the minimum permissions to play to just simply be a good consultant and build a great company doing this. How do I know? Because I have. We've built an amazing thing going on over at OnCall. And believe me, we've learned a lot of lessons. But I'll tell you this. I've hired enough attorneys, consultants. There's great attorneys out there, and there's not so great attorneys. And typically the difference, in my opinion, is, obviously I think they can all get the job done, but the ones that take the time to make sure you understand what's going on, those are great attorneys. And also another sign of a great attorney is typically that they use very simple language, even in their contracts. It's okay to have a contract that normal people can understand. That's the point. And the ones that just flood fill with like jargon and garbage, ugh. So again, if you want to know what it's like working with us, man, that's a really great example of why we're different. Because ultimately, we want to make it so that you actually understand this stuff. Because look, it's your company. We can't be compliant for you, but you better understand what it is that it's going to take to maintain your compliance, right? And that's something that we're expert at. Also, we're affordable, all right? Some certified third-party assessment organizations, not calling out any names, they are charging tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars even for a single small business assessment, okay? We're like the Costco of compliance, all right? We provide high value, we sell in high volume. I got to tell you, we're doing like 4 or 5 of these things a week. Literally, we work with 4 to 5 net new clients a week, helping them to get compliant and then supporting all the rest, right? And I think something like 60 to 75% of our clients wind up saying, you know what, you guys are so awesome. We want you to give us ongoing compliance help later, all right? No way could we be doing that if we're not affordable. I mean, I honestly, again, you gotta go back in our history a little bit. There's a million videos on YouTube that talk about this, but especially in our early days, we talked a lot about this. We had humble beginnings, okay? I started this company on $1,400. True story. 2003, it was like, Mike, what do you want to do? Well, I can deliver pizza, or I can start a computer repair company, right? That's our origins, right? That's like where we started almost 23 years ago. I know what it's like to be small. I know what it's like to have no money. I know what it's like to be staring at payroll and going, am I going to do this, like follow the law and be compliant, or am I going to do that and make payroll? Those are choices that if it's in my power, I want to not make you out there in the defense industrial base have to make those choices. So being affordable, it's right at the top of our website. Our mission is to provide affordable compliance and cybersecurity solutions. It's at the top of every single one of our websites, our mission. And at the end of the day, I don't think you being able to be secure enough to not get ransomware to death in your business and you being able to be compliant and win new business, I just don't think that should be something that's going to put you out of business because of how expensive it is. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people in this industry who just look at this situation as a giant paycheck. Honestly, I look at this as a duty that I have because I'm capable, because our amazing team we've built over 23 years is capable, and because honestly, it's like our American duty. So yes, we're always going to be affordable, and I got to tell you, we wouldn't sell at the volume that we do if we weren't affordable. The proof is just in the sheer vast number of people that we've helped. I mean, look, out on YouTube, we've helped millions, but clients, I mean, we have hundreds and hundreds of clients just in the defense space. And again, we're net new, taking on 4 or 5 new clients a week. So hopefully that's at least a little bit of comfort that if you want to reach out to us and just find out what it would take, you're not going to get your head bitten off by some price that just like knocks you off your socks. And by the way, that goes if you're a big company too. We've got many multiple billion-dollar companies that we are proud to count as clients. There's no compliance problem that we've tackled that is too complex and no team too large for us to work with. We've got experience in it all. So whether you're small, large, whatever it is, I've built this thing to be scalable. I've built it to be affordable. I got to tell you, I don't get to be the small-time consultant anymore. Those days were really cool. We've got to work with a bigger and bigger team every year. But at the end of the day, that also allows me to keep our price in check and keep us affordable. And to me, that's really important. But can't we just self-attest? We get these crazy calls from defense contractors who have had a prime, tell them just go put the number in the SPRS system. And I'm like, look, if I could find a brick wall in this video and just bang my head in it, I would. All right, here's a reality check. If you're dealing with non-sensitive contracts, sure, you can self-attest, all right? You can, all right? I don't recommend it unless you're actually telling the truth, because then you get yourself into a false claim penalty. And we don't ever want anybody that we're associated with to do that, all right? But there is self-attestation for at least level 1 for right now. Soon it'll be level 2. But look, if your contracts handle anything remotely sensitive, the DoD has a pretty high likelihood of either sending a certified third-party assessing organization, a C3PAO, to assess you for real, or they're going to start fact checking you, right? They're going to look into your security. It is not funny anymore. And by the way, the primes are already doing this. And you better believe they're not handing out passing grades to people who threw their system together last minute. Guys, I'm not going to kid you. We've been through DibCAC audits. All right, we've failed controls. I've been through the ringer, both ourselves with our clients. At the end of the day, here's the deal. It's very real. There's 320 assessment points, all right, or assessment objectives. 110 controls, it's just too easy to fail. It's too easy to fail without some help. Self-attesting and lying about it, that's illegal. They're now putting criminal penalties on this, okay? Again, you look at the CMMC level 1 self-attestation, and it carries a criminal penalty for incorrectly attesting that you are compliant. Nasty. All right, skipping preparation is like showing up to a marathon in flip-flops with no training and maybe having never run before. You're not going to make it to the finish line, all right? And I can tell you why, because I got the experience to tell you, all right? Ultimately, at the end of the day, you need a coach. You need someone who's going to get you through this. It's not something small. It's pretty big. And oh, by the way, security does affect your ability to do business. So it's kind of worth it. Now, what about the boss pitch formula? All right, here's your winning pitch. Step 1, acknowledge their fear. All right, I get it. No one wants to spend money unless it's critical. Okay. At the end of the day, every boss is going to have that thing. Do I really have to spend money on it? And the answer is yes, because it's critical. Highlight the cost of inaction. Okay, if we fail this certification, we could lose key contracts and miss future opportunities. All right, the cost of working with on-call, a fraction of what it could cost for you to lose probably even one of your contracts. Okay, let alone the idea that you don't just lose one contract with a client, they mark you as non-compliant and no more defense work for you. Like, it's gone. Like, that's what so many companies don't realize. And the good news is there's a lot of primes out there looking for compliant contractors. So if you are compliant, it's a double-edged sword. You got more business out there than ever before to go after. Step 3, offer the smart solution, right? That's why we need a pro. And on-call compliance solutions will make sure we're 100% ready the first time. No false starts, no stress, okay? That's what we're all about. We want to help you get ready. We want to help you with the right answers. And at the end of the day, we just want to make this easy on you. Final thoughts, okay? Our motto is we make you into the compliance hero. So how do you become the hero? Well, the truth is investing in CMMC preparation isn't just about compliance. It's about securing the company's future. It's about winning contracts, protecting sensitive data, and staying in the DoD's good graces. Oh yeah, and your clients. By the way, you're required no matter what by law to be DFARS and NIST SP 800-171 compliant. So if you're compliant with those things, you got a good shot at passing CMMC level 2. But believe me, knowing what it's like to go through one of those assessments, that's where you need the help. At On Call, we take defense contractors who've had this DFARS, NIST SP 800-171, and CMMC stuff dropped in their laps like a seagull on a sunny day. And we teach you how to become your company's on-call compliance hero. Looking for more help getting compliant? Our compliance experts are always on call for you. Visit cmmccompliancesecrets.com or check out the description below for links to get help right now. And if you love the content we're putting out here for you, help us out with a big thumbs up on that like button. It really makes us feel good inside that we helped you. Or even better, smash the subscribe button to get the latest compliance content as soon as our compliance nerds roll it out. Until the next compliance tip, my friends, stay safe and secure out there, and hit us in the comments below to let us know what you'd like to know more about when it comes to information security and compliance. I'll see you on the next one.